What's up, team? It is day 19 of your Tone in 30 challenge. Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your total body mobility workout. In this workout, we are keeping it all body weight, and we're getting a mix of mobility, flexibility, stretching, and sneaking in a little gentle cardio and strength. Within this, I will give you options to take it up or down depending on where you are today. This workout is finding what works for you and what makes you feel good for active recovery. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's start just by checking in with our body, with our posture, with our tension. Most of us tend to hold a lot of tension up here, so I just want you to release through that and just check in with your posture. I want you to think that someone is pulling a string up through the top of your head, not nice and tight, but just to really lengthen. And then we're gonna stack those ears over our shoulders, shoulders over our rib cage over the pelvis. So really trying to align right here because a lot of us get a little pelvic tilt one way or the other, or those ribs flare. So really pulling everything in. And then those hips over the knees, over the ankles. So just take a minute, check in with your body. You can do some breathing. It can be that diaphragmatic or TA breathing if you want. But really just thinking about releasing the tension from your body and just being here with me today. Whatever it is that's on your mind, whatever stress that you might be feeling, just let it all go and just be present. All right, and let's go ahead and just start with a gentle march. So the way this workout works is we're gonna keep it a flow, so you do not have to worry about a timer or intervals or anything like that. Let's roll those shoulders. We're gonna start with some gentle cardio just to get the blood flowing, get the body moving, and then we're gonna work our way into some classic mobility exercises, things that are gonna get mobility and flexibility and leave you feeling good. So some of them will feel a little bit more like gentle cardio, some of them will feel a little bit more like a stretch, and some may even feel like strength. And that is all okay. The goal is for you to get what you need out of this workout, right? So maybe you wanna get your heart pumping a little bit more and you wanna get more of that cardio. I'll give you some options to take it up. So let's take it right here. We're gonna start just shifting our weight side to side. And to make this a little more cardiovascular like we do in a lot of our warm-ups, we're gonna step into it. So step out, step in, and you decide if you want to get a little deeper, you can. If you want to reach and reach, one of my favorite ways to get mobility, because we can open up the hips, we also usually get that stretch through our arms, little movement through our back, right? If you want to add a little more cardio, you can pick up your pace. If you want to add a little more strength, you can get a little lower. So that is what it looks like, all right? If you've done mobility with me before, you know I often say, I want you to get what you need out of this workout. You're gonna get mobility, whether you want to or not, showing up with this workout. But maybe you're feeling energized, or you're feeling like you need to burn some things off, as in burn that energy or that stress or whatever it is, and you wanna pick up your pace. Maybe you wanna get a little more of that stretch. All of it is good, and all of it is why we're here. Now my heart rate is up, right? Let's come to a standing position and let's just roll through our hips, right? We're here. Roll it through. Yes. We're rolling to the outside, but now can we reverse our direction? A little trickier, right? Feels kind of weird. Bring it in, but we're getting it in anyway. Try to go from the back, bringing it in, so you're not just here, right? You're actually coming all the way through. If you need some balance, grab a wall, grab a sturdy chair. 3, 2, 1. And then let's keep those knees going with some knee raises. I'm gonna open my knees out through here. If you want it a little lower, you can just tap those knees, tap those toes. If you really wanna bring the knee up, get more of that mobility, now that they should be nice and loose, right? And I should say too, that we're gonna work our way down to the mat. So we're starting up top, and then we're gonna end on the mat. I often do things that way so we can get more of that deep stretch as we go down. All right, so we're opening up those knees, big arms, right through here. Can we now cross? cross. Feeling the hip flexors a little bit, especially if you're like me and you're feeling your strength workout from yesterday or earlier in the day, whatever it is for you. And here. Yes. And now can you really get a little bit of core and that spinal mobility? Last one from here. Breathing into it. That's not right for you again. You can keep it small. Up to you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's step touch. Side to side, arms out and in, out and in. Still with a little bit of our warm up, gentle cardio. I mean, it's all gonna feel like a warm up. All right, now that we're stepping, if you have the space for it, I want you to step a little wider and take it a little bit of a slide. Again, to open up the hips, we don't move laterally enough in life to get that mobility that we need. So we're gonna move laterally. If you want, you can even make it a little bit of a hop. But the idea is opening wide, and I'm taking arms up and down, up and down. You don't have to jump it. You can just step it. You can make it smaller if you don't have as much space. That's okay too. Breathe. Now, can we cross behind? Little rainbow skater. Like to take the arms up and big, right? Start with just a tap. And then get what you need. If you want a little more cardio, you can pick up that pace. Again, if you're feeling like you have the energy or you're trying to get the energy or reduce that anxiety, whatever it is, if you want a little more strength, you can get down with it, right? Feel those hips. Anything in between. If you want a little more flexibility, just really stretch into that, right? We're getting it all in either way, so you find what you need. Breathe. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center. All right, so let's take our feet out nice and wide. I know some of us might really be feeling that heart rate. I know I am. And let's take it. We're gonna do our eyes, Ys, and Ts. So classic mobility for our shoulders. We're gonna start straight up, then we'll add a little hinge. So I like to have my thumbs here, but you can also just have hands. We're just coming straight up to an I, then bringing it down. Straight up to a Y, then bringing it down, then a T. And your goal is not to arch the back, but to try to get those elbows and those shoulders really getting mobile, right? So you're nice and stable through the center, but instead of just here, you're trying to pull back from here. Feel the difference when you do that? You get that shoulder mobility that we all need. One more time right through here, and then we're gonna add a little hinge with it. So I like to really hinge straight up. I. Gives you a little power, right? Almost feels like a swing. But that hinge really gets everything through our spine and our hamstrings working as well. Hinge it. Big stretch. Bring it up. One more right through here. And now we're just gonna tap it in, tap it across. So right through here, big stretch. Again, maybe you did a strength workout earlier today or yesterday and you're really feeling those arms. I am, but just tap. If that's not right for you, you can pick just the arms, just the legs. Don't worry about what it looks like. Cross body movement, that's good for our brains, right? Now let's take it out nice and wide. Here, we're gonna reach and out. So start with just your stretch. One arm down, one arm over. Yes, it looks like a little ballet move, but we're not worried about that, right? Reach, and then tap, and here, tap, tap. Now, if you want, you can pick up the pace. Maybe it's through here. Over, big stretch. A lot of the reason I do mobility with this gentle cardio mobility format is because I know if I just were to tell you, let's just stretch, that feels boring to a lot of you, or it feels like, oh, this is taking so long. I like to pick up the pace a little and then again give you options, more what I call sneaky mobility, right? Let's go across the front of our body, just like we do in a warm-up. So you can keep it stationary. Start with just a little tap and reach here, and then big reach. Reach. Doesn't this feel so good on your shoulders? I know. There we go. And again, if you want to pick up your pace, go a little quicker, but just don't sacrifice form, right? Don't shorten it here. The idea, again, is to reach across. Sneaky mobility. Last one, we're gonna reach it low. Reach it low. So we get that hip hinge, right? We get that reach through our arms and shoulders. We get a little bit of stretch through the back, through the spine. We're gonna get some water after this, guys, don't worry. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab a quick sip of water. Hopefully you're feeling that, and you're feeling more mobile, feeling energized, but also that we're stretching it out. I always want these to feel like you're doing some work, but you're also getting recovery, right? Active recovery is what we call it. Grab a sip. All right, everybody. As we work our way down to the mat, how we're gonna do it is we're gonna start with an inchworm. Now, if that's not right for you, you're gonna have some options. So watch me here. We're gonna start with just the hinge, hands behind our head, because this is gonna give us that chest opener, and we're gonna drive the hips to the back. So I want you to start with that, soft bend in the knees, shut the car door, and then hands behind the head if you can, because it's gonna open up the chest, it's gonna keep us from rounding. So starting here, hands behind your head, mobility, soft knees to the back, and bring it up. And you're really trying to keep those elbows out wide, not letting them drop down to here, right? Here. You can feel the difference, right? Chest opener, soft knees, but hips to the back. Elbows wide, hands behind the head. And then can you hold it here? That feels good for you. All right, so watch me bring those elbows in, take them out. Looks like this. In and out. So a little flap of the wings, right? If that feels like too much, you can bring it up top. But if you can, I want you to hang out in that hinge. And breathe. And then let's stand up straight again. And from here, in and out. Again, feel, my hair's crazy. Feel that stretch, but that mobility, not just through the elbows. Don't worry if you can't get all the way to here. Even if you just get here, we feel where we're nice and tight from all of this, right? 3, 2, and 1. And relax them down, roll those shoulders. All right, team, now we're gonna keep those arms out in front and we're gonna inchworm it out. So watch me first while you just relax. You're gonna hinge down the front of the legs. If you can, you're gonna walk those hands out to that high plank. Walk your hands back. If that is not right for you, you can either just go here and reach it up, or you can drop those knees and walk out to your knees. So join me here, big stretch up to the ceiling, hinge down the front of the legs, walk those hands out. You're in that high plank position, and walk those hands back. And this is our last thing up top, then everything else is on the mat. Walk those hands out. If you want to drop to your knees, you can. And walk it out right here. All at your own pace. Doesn't matter if you're the same pace as me. Walk them out to here. And walk them back. And let's get one more. And then walk it back. All right, you can hang out at the top or the bottom, whatever is good for you. And we're gonna walk it out to our hands and knees. So take it here, walk it out, till you're in that all fours position and you're here. Now let's put those feet down. Let's just stretch it back to a child's pose. Press those shoulders down right through here. Really reach those fingertips away from your body. Open up your hips and just sit in that stretch for a minute. I know, feels good. And again, even if you just press your shoulders or elbows kind of down side to side, feel what that feels like. Breathing into that. Let's come up onto all fours. Roll through cat-cow. So you're gonna inhale and exhale. I like to inhale here, release as you round. So you can release that pelvic floor. Exhale. Come to that all the way up, but also connect with the core. At your own pace, and what I want you to think about, I'm gonna remind you to think about that lower lumbar spine. Many of us have more of that mobility through the top of our spine, right? Our C-spine, but when we get to that lumbar spine, all the way down, sometimes we get super tight. This is where I feel my tightest. A couple more at your own pace. And then again, stretch it back, child's pose. So here's what we got for mobility. We're gonna go child's pose, and then you have two options. You're gonna pop up either to all fours and engage that core, or you're gonna pop up to that plank. So child's pose, pop up to the plank. You pick, you do you. Here we go. Sit back and pop it up. Sit back and up. So we're getting a little strength, we're getting a little core. You do what's best for you. Maybe it's just all fours, that's okay too. You're still gonna feel that core engage. Here, and up. Two more. Last one. And up. Go ahead and come to a seated position. Let's come into that mermaid, and we're gonna have it right here. So we're here. We're gonna do that big stretch here, and then take it back to the other side. So I'm keeping my feet in that 90-90. So we're just doing a little side, reach it over, and as you go through it on your own pace, I want you to decide, can you get a little lower? And then bring it up to here. Do you want to go all the way down? Up to you. Maybe one more. And here. Come to center, and since we're here, how about that 90-90? So we're taking them out in front. Remember, it's okay to just take it one and then the other. If you want to use these hands, or if you're feeling good about it, and you can go here to here. I always end up moving a little bit. Here to here. At your own pace, and again, if you need to lean back a little into it, great hip opener, one that I recommend that we all do, because again, we're so tight from sitting. Here to here. All the way through. One more each way. Whatever side you ended up on, let's go to the other side for that mermaid. If you did the mermaid before, switch your sides. We're gonna take it here, big stretch. And then here, which always feels tighter on this side for me, so I get really breathe into it. Take it over, decide if you wanna get a little lower into it. And here. Take it here. And reach all the way down. down, and up. Woo, let's bring those feet out in front. And wherever you need to be, if they need to be a little further out, if you need to sit on the edge of a chair or a bench, if that feels better for where you are, just right through here. And just let those knees open up as you feel that opener here. If you can, bring them a little closer. Side to side. And then nice flat back. Remember that little string? And lean forward. Feel that release in your back. So you may not get very far, but we're trying to keep a flat back. Pull those shoulder blades back and feel that stretch. Can you get a little lower without rounding? A few deep breaths. And then come up nice and tall. And then this time you can round in that back and really relax into it. Let your head and neck drop. Find what feels good for you. Really finding that release in your head and neck. And coming up slowly. Let's turn back onto our hands and knees, if you can. And we're gonna come to here. We're gonna take this top arm, we're gonna roll under, not even a roll, but just turning through the torso. So we're trying not to move in the hips, but we wanna get this twist and up. So torso, shoulder, everything is stable in the core. Let's go one side, here we go. And open it up, not very many. And breathe. Again, just like we did before, pulling that elbow back, opening up the chest. Last one. And then reach that arm under, and I want you to sit into the child's pose. So we open it up, now we're going under. You can even rest your head down if that's good for you. Sit back into the hips. Breathing into that. And then come up onto all fours. And again, hand behind the head, you're gonna cross down and open up. Trying not to twist in the hips or the torso, right? Trying to stay stable in that core. You can curl your toes under, or you can have them flat, whatever feels better for you. Somebody just asked me this in the BodyFit Athletic Club, if you needed to have them here or here, and you wanna find what gives you the best stability and what feels good so you can stay in that position. Now let's reach that arm under and get that nice good stretch. All right. Woo. From here, team, if you can, high plank. We're going world's greatest stretch, so I want you to watch me here. Here, reach up, take it down, and take it back. Now, if you want to, you can drop the knee at any point. So join me as you're ready. You can stay on the knees the whole time and just take one leg. You can be up off the knees the whole time, or you can drop the knee in between to get that stretch. So find what is good for you, and maybe what is good for you is for you just to hold one and then switch. It's up to you. If you wanna go plank, big step, opener. Maybe this is where you want to drop the knees so you can really open up the hips. Maybe you want to hang out here a little bit more. Up to you. Here. But the reason we call this world's greatest stretch is because we get so much, right? We get spine, we get rotational movement, we get hip opener, we get shoulder and chest. But I want you to find where you need to be in this stretch. Maybe you're moving through it quickly. Maybe you're dropping the knees. Maybe you're even adding a little child's pose. We're almost ready to move to our back and just get some good stretching to end this workout. So finish strong with me right here. on this world's greatest stretch, whatever version is good for you. Big reach. Last one. And then whatever you need to do to come down on your back from there. Let's finish down here. So all the way down on your back, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Try to release everything into the mat. Whew. Let's gently pull the knees in one at a time. So you can be underneath the thigh or top of the shin or together. Just little knee pull. Doesn't have to be core unless you want it to, but just to release in the back. You can hold for a couple counts. If you want to add a little core to it, you can extend the leg out. Think of that single leg stretch from Pilates. Shoulders can be down, shoulders can be up, but I want to make sure you still get the mobility releasing in the back. Whatever you need in this moment. Do you need a little core? A little burn in your abs? Do you need to just keep the stretch and just be here? You do you. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. If you're able to get both knees in, if not, don't worry about it. And just gently roll side to side. Let's take those feet down. Let's bring those arms here. Little goalpost arms, right? And we're gonna lift into the bridge, so tuck the pelvis slowly up and slowly down. Start with just that. So really think of your core, tuck the pelvis. Yes, you're gonna squeeze in the glutes, but I want you to just think about this hip flexor mobility as well. Slowly down. And breathe, bring it up. And down. And then if you want, let's flip those shoulders. I know it's a little tricky. And down. So here, right? That is harder than it looks to do that little shoulder flip because we're all tight in those shoulders. Mobility and strength together. Last 2. One more. And then since we're here, arm slides, big reach, and bring them down. Big reach, and down. Here. Arm slides, one more. And again, pull one knee in. And we're gonna extend that leg up, flex the foot to get a little hamstring stretch. So from here, deep stretch, you can either hold underneath the knee or above, calf or thigh. You can do a little flex and point. And if you wanna lift your shoulders to get a little bit more of a stretch, you can, but find what's good for you to get that nice, good hamstring stretch. Breathe into that. And then let's bring that knee into your chest. Take it over if you want a little back stretch, or just cross it over right through here, whatever you need, or even just a little figure 4. Same thing, other side, almost done. Other leg in, grab the calf or the thigh. It's okay if it's here or if it's here or somewhere in between. Flex. And if you want to lift the shoulders or get a little higher. And if you want to take it over or cross it over, whatever feels good for you. One more, bringing those knees in. If you can, just hold it here. If you can reach your legs, get that happy baby. want you to feel that pelvic floor release, that hip opener. If that's not right for you, just take it here or somewhere in between. But feel the release in the back, in the hips, pelvic floor, through the spine. And then just find a comfortable position, flat on your mat. You can have those palms up, whatever feels good for you. And I just want you to start at the top of your head and release everything into the floor, into the mat. So, are you holding tension in your jaw, in your head, in your ears, in your neck? Just let it drop into the mat. Imagine that you are on sand or water and you're just sinking down and in. What about your upper back and shoulders? That's where I feel that tension. Really try to release it. Hopefully you feel less than when you started, but release into the mat all the way down. Shoulders, through your arms, through the chest, through the elbows, into the hands and the wrist. Your torso, release the tension in the back into the floor. The hips should feel nice and open, but really just let them drop, just let go. Pelvic floor release. Using your breath to support. And then down through the legs, knees, calves, all the way down into your feet. And just give yourself a second just to feel that release, the lack of tension in your body. Yes, we strength train, we work hard to create that tension, to put that intentional stress on our body, but we want to release as well. And you don't have to move, but if you want to, you can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And wherever you are, you can keep your eyes closed. Just listen to the sound of my voice. One big deep breath in and out. You can hang out here as long as you need. But thank you for joining me. Let me know how you feel in the comments. One more deep breath in and out. You did it. That was your total body mobility workout. Great job, everybody.